Good morning. It is cold, man. We have just had some weird weather here in Ohio. We have gone back and forth between 45 degrees and 20 degrees about 3 times, and it just brings in these high winds. And now today it's gone the opposite direction. It is cold, and we're supposed to have single digits tonight. So I got deliveries going out. I have a half cord going to a restaurant. I got a full cord going to a pizza oven. And which means I take my trailer out on the road. So I'm going to do that first this morning because I do not drive that trailer on slippery roads. It's just too dangerous. Accident waiting to happen. I am going to be staying under the roof here, guys, because it is windy and the snow's coming down, and I'm just going to stay out of the elements. We had done a video once, and a water droplet had fallen onto the lens, and we didn't know it. And it just totally ruined the whole shot. So I'm gonna stay safe, and I hate that wind noise blowing too. So what I wanted to talk to you, I've been wanting to deal with this here for a while. I get a lot of questions on how I started my business and the best way that a person can start their own business, either in firewood or landscaping or a bakery, and I only know what I know. All right. And okay, I watch videos, I read books just like everyone else. And I didn't go into this blind, but I don't have a formal education in business. Picked up stuff along the way. So I'm not a dunce or anything, but I'm not, I feel awkward giving people advice because part of me, I still don't know what I'm doing. And I still don't know what I'm talking about. All I can do is give you my experiences. And what I had done to start Ohio Woodburner, it is a term that they use in business. It is called bootstrapping. When you bootstrap a business, that means you are using your own resources, your own money, your own capital to finance the business startup. And so, and that's what I've been doing. I've bootstrapped this business, and then I've taken that I've continued that with my profits. Yes, I got to keep the house and keep gas in the tank, but my profits go back into the business, and that allows me to keep growing. And that's with my Bobcat, my tractor. I paid cash for it, and I'm not a finance guy either. And probably there's some finance people out there that are just wincing about that, but I just don't like making payments, and I don't like owing people money. So I took my profits from the company to buy the next machine. And the anticipation would be I can continue to grow even more and make more profits and then put that into the next level. Where does this madness end? I don't know the answer to that right now. But that is, when you think about the best way to start a business, I don't know if there is one. The two obvious ones is you bootstrap your business, and the other one is you take out a loan. And to each their own. You have to do what you have to do. But Mark Cuban, the billionaire that owns the Dallas Mavericks, he's on the Shark Tank, and I watched a video of his, and his video was only a moron would take out a business loan, something like that. He felt that it was just the dumbest thing that you could do to take out a loan to start a business. So he is a proponent of bootstrapping your business. You see, so the irony is, he's on the Shark Tank, and the Shark Tank would be the opposite of bootstrapping, because these people are selling an idea, a business model, and they're trying to get someone to invest money into it. Mark Cuban believes that if you're going to take the effort to start a business, you should be working for yourself, and you shouldn't be working for the bank, or you shouldn't be working for your investor. So I took that to heart. So I bootstrapped my enterprise, and here is an idea of what bootstrapping really is. There was a popular TV show here in the United States called Survivorman. Great show. The guy's name was Les Stroud, and the concept of the show was his friends would fly him out into some remote jungle or some lost mountaintop or an island, and they would dump him off with some cameras, and he would film himself surviving. So he was Survivorman. And to begin, every time when they would drop him off, what Survivorman would do is that he would sit down, he would empty out all of his pockets, he would empty out his backpack, and he would take an inventory of everything that he had that could help him survive. So Survivorman was bootstrapping his survival. He was using his own readily available things that would allow him to survive. So beyond whatever he had, a pack of matches or a glass bottle or whatever it was, he still had his own skills, his own knowledge. So that is also going into the mix when you bootstrap. And his skills were awesome. I mean, this guy could do anything. He could rub two sticks together and make a fire. He once made a fire with a candy bar and a Dr. Pepper can. And I mean, he knew what plants to eat. He could make shelters and snares and traps and all kinds of stuff. He's kind of like a cross between MacGyver, the professor from Gilligan's Island, and Jeremiah Johnson. This guy, I'm serious. He's just it was a great show. I loved watching that show. So when I was kicking around the idea of starting Ohio Woodburner, I did just that. I took an inventory on what I had. And, firewood was a hobby. I was passionate about it. I enjoyed doing it. When I was at my real job, all I could think about was firewood. It's just the way it was. So I took an inventory on what I had in order to bootstrap my business. So those things, just real quick, I had a few chainsaws, I had 2 log splitters, I had a reliable pickup truck and a dump trailer, I had a laptop, and I owned a website. Ohio Woodburner, it was just something I began out of boredom. It was a chainsaw blog. I love chainsaws. So I bought the domain Ohio Woodburner, because, I got into this hobby because of my outdoor wood boiler, OWB. So I just spun that into Ohio Woodburner. That's where Ohio Woodburner came from. So I had those things going for me. And, in my opinion, that was enough. If I wanted to start a business, I was good. And I had a laptop where I filed as a business in the state of Ohio online. And I'm in business, So from there, it was just a matter of getting my firewood. I would sell some, I would keep the money, I would buy more, I would sell more, and I just kept growing like that. And it wasn't too long, before I was into my first firewood processor, my Dyna. And then that's when production really took off. And then after that, it wasn't too long, I traded it in and upgraded to my Yappa. And then here I am, I put a 20,000 plus, on a tractor. And to me, it signifies that I'm all in. I think it psychologically commits me to this because, I just had a job offer the other day. And I politely told him no. It's entertaining and all, but I'm just having too much fun doing this, So that is called bootstrapping. That is my recommendation, because I think, especially in firewood. So even if your hobby is baking, cookies or cakes or whatever, you have some things in your arsenal that could allow you to go into business. You got a kitchen and you got bowls, and you have recipes, and maybe you're going to grow and, your home kitchen isn't big enough anymore. You got to go find another kitchen, but you're on your way. And the same thing with firewood. So the benefits are you're not in debt and you are working for yourself. All right. And I think the other benefit too is you are, like if you took out a business loan to start a business, it just seems like you have this idea in your head on how you're going to market, sell, and sell your wares. It's like your idea dictating to the market. And I think, in what I have learned from all this, it's the other way around. The market should dictate what you're going to do and how your business is going to be. When you bootstrap it, you're starting small, you're staying out of debt, and you're just kind of feeling your way. If things blow up and you lose, what have you lost? And so that is what I think might be one of the big benefits to bootstrapping is you stick your toe in the water to see if it's safe, and then if it's safe or wherever, the currents will drag you to wherever success lies. And that's kind of like what happened with me. I got into it thinking I'm just going to make small deliveries to residential, but I immediately got hit with restaurants. And I was small enough and nimble enough to where I could immediately change and then start servicing restaurants. So, if I had sunk all of this money into, a bundling machine, I'm just going to bundle. But there's no bundle market that I thought there was, but the restaurant market was rich. I'm stuck with all this machinery here that it's not going to help me out any. So I think that's probably the biggest benefit. Okay, staying out of debt, right? But you're allowing the market to dictate which direction you're going to go. But I think there is a big disadvantage to bootstrapping. I think it's more psychological though, and I'm experiencing that, So, okay, how do you measure your success? Is it customer reviews, being able to buy a new machine, or your bank account? Okay, so I think, how much money you have in your bank. Maybe we spend too much time paying attention to that. But is that necessarily what is that your biggest measurement of success? And if you get hung up on that, it really hurts taking money out of the bank to buy the next machine. And, I'm getting out of the wind here. It's blowing on me. I did that with this most recent purchase. I think I was doing pretty good. My bank account's looking good, and it brings like a level of comfort or security to where you're not feeling like you got one foot on a banana peel. And right when I feel like I'm at a pretty good level where I'm feeling, like, wow, the high wood burner is doing a real good job here, all that money's gone now. It's all gone because I had to buy the next machine. So, okay, I could have financed it, whatever, but that was just the way I do things. And that is the tough part of it. But if you take out a loan, you got a big wad of cash in the bank. But you also got to keep paying and making payments on that. And that is the risk, especially at startup. How vulnerable a business startup is. Think about what it's like when you got a payment that you got to make, and then you've just lost everything and now you're stuck with this payment. So those are, is there a best way to start a business? Maybe, maybe not. I think, the best way is for you. But at least for me, I went into it with a lot of confidence. That wind is killing me. I went into it with a lot of confidence because I felt like I can start this business and I couldn't lose. What was I going to lose? I already had everything that I already had, dump trailer, chainsaw, splitters, a reliable truck. But if I didn't sell a single stick of firewood, I'm going to use it, So that was my thought going into this. I couldn't lose. I could not fail at this because even if I didn't sell a single stick of firewood, I'm going to heat my house with it. And at that time too, I was still employed. It was right after all this, and that's why I don't know. Did all this happen for a reason? I don't know. But man, the moment that I started this, that is when, the job situation changed. They wanted me to relocate, and then Dad was in declining health. And, that is one thing, even if I just shut everything down today and go back to my cubicle, that is what Firewood has done in this business and this YouTube channel. It's been, it's given me a new career, a new identity, and I've met a lot of nice people, here on YouTube, my customers. So that is my my words for you today. I know that maybe the big draw for this channel. Okay, we split wood and we stack it, and that's cool to watch. But, the growth of this channel and a lot of the comments that I get, a lot of the emails that I get all revolve around, I got this idea, but I just haven't, taken any steps towards making it a reality. And that's how I did it. I still had a job, and I still was able to start this business by bootstrapping it, and it started growing, and it got so big that I couldn't walk away from it. So there you go. Am I an expert? No. Do I have experience? Yes. But I shouldn't be the only person that you listen to. There's a wealth of information out there, and please, do your research. But the bottom line is, you gotta do it. Maybe that was probably the biggest thing that I have done, was I did it. I think the biggest step that I took was filing that paperwork with the state of Ohio to become a business, and then filing with my county for a vendor's license. Those are like the hurdles that are in your way, mental hurdles, because it's very easy to do. But I'm just saying, you have nothing to lose. $25 filing fee, whatever it is in your state, go for it. If you want to sell firewood, start selling firewood. Make that step and make it happen. If you want to open a coffee shop, get it going. All right. So I want to thank everyone for watching the videos. If you haven't noticed, we are coming up on 10,000 subscribers. Who would have ever thunk it? This whole channel started off just out of boredom, and look what's happened. And I think the same thing is out there for you too. You have a business idea, you want to be a landscaper, or you want to open up a hobby shop or something. It's out there, guys. I'm the living proof for it. All right. So I hope that everyone has a great day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see everyone next video.